Hi guys, welcome back to Bees Speed Shop. So my aim for today's video is to get my cross-member extension piece welded in. So with this one it's also got the jacking point mounted into it. So I've got my little square patch all welded in and it's mostly ground back now, the welds. There's a little bit of a weld I've got to grind just up here so that I can then fit my cross-member extension in. I'll just grab it and show you. So this will fit in just there somewhere. So that little weld at the top, just there, just up here, I've got to grind that off so that this sits flush against this piece. So what I'm going to do for this seal is on the inside it's got those little flanges where it's spot welded. So I'm just going to do in a couple places, just drill through and then drill through this as well so I can then just bolt it into place, and I've got a little bit of movement with it. So then what I can do is hold the seal up to this edge to make sure it's sitting flush against this, but also sitting flush against this piece as well. Because obviously at the moment this is sticking out, so it'd be sat on this edge, but it wouldn't be sat here, so it wouldn't be welded to this. So obviously I need to push this up a bit more. So I got to grind this weld off first. So I've drilled through in a couple places and just put a nut and bolt just to clamp it in place for now. I checked it with the seal and that fits fine. It was binding a little bit here, so I just had to grind that off. So what I got to do for this piece is just grind the paint off the backside of these bits and put a little bit of weldable primer on, and then it's pretty much ready to weld in. So what I've done along these bits is drilled through this piece of metal. So I've done it on all of these flanges. And I also drilled through here for that, because the flange this side actually comes out to here. So I just copied how it was when I took it out. So there was 2 spot welds here and then there's 3 along this piece. So I've just drilled through with an 8mm drill. So then I can just come in and weld up that. So I do all of them just so it's like the spot weld how it was in the car. And then from the outside, so from this side, so I can spot weld, they'll be on the back of this flange, and then this is the other piece where I said it comes across further. So I've just sprayed this area with a little bit of weldable primer just to give it a bit of protection once it's welded together, and I've also just sprayed the backside of my little panel which is going in there just to give that a bit of protection as well. So I'll give this a little bit of time so it can dry, and then I'll come back and get it welded in. So I've got this little cross member support mostly welded in, but where I drilled through just there, the weld hasn't come through all the way, because it's trying to go through 3 pieces of metal at once. So all I'm going to do is just come from this side and weld it up, do a spot weld in there just to finish that. What I might do is there's a little bit of a gap along this edge, so what I might do is just put in a few welds down this edge. The rest of it looks alright. That same with that one there, I don't know if you can quite see, but it hasn't come through all the way. So what I'm going to do is just do these 2 from this side just to finish them off, and then I'll do a few along that edge just so I know it's in there securely. But I mean, it's not going anywhere. So I've got my cross member extension all welded in now. So what I had to do was these top holes where I drilled through, I don't think I had my heat setting high enough, so I just had to weld from this side just to finish it off, because the weld didn't come through the hole all the way. And then I just put a couple of welds just along this edge because there was a little gap. So I just wanted to make sure it was all secure. But that's all welded in now. I had to do the same for this hole where I drilled through. Obviously it was trying to weld through 3 layers, so it didn't quite come through all the way, so I just finished welding it from this side. But all the other ones, they've gone alright. So I'm pretty happy with my progress today. I'll show you the welds on the other side. So obviously these are the bits where I drilled through to do all the spot welds, and then down that edge as well there's 2 there, and then there's 4 over this side, so there's 2 where this flange piece is, and then 2 here to weld on to the piece on the other side, and then there was 5 along this top edge. So obviously they welded through a little bit. I need to come back and redo some of them. I think this one here needs redoing, just needs grinding down, and then there's a little gap there that I can fill. So once I get all these ground down, I can then check them again and just come back, fix that top one there. I think that's the only one that needs fixing. Possibly this one down here might need fixing as well, but that's fine for now. So I'm going to be leaving this video here for now. I'm quite glad I was able to get that cross member extension welded in today. So all I've got to do before I can put the seal on is I've got the front and rear floor to seal reinforcement brackets. I've got the front ones, but I haven't been able to buy the rear ones yet. They're all out of stock. I've checked several places, but I will try and get some so I can keep this project rolling along. So thanks for watching this video.